Hey everybody, my name is Dr. Anise Khalaf with Acupuncture Fit, and I'm here with the wonderful Carmelia Ray, who founded the Clubhouse Academy. She's an expert celebrity matchmaker and a relationship expert. Welcome, Carmelia.
Welcome. Oh, welcome. Hi. Thank you for having me. I've been saying welcome all day because I've been in Clubhouse rooms. So I'm very glad that you are interviewing me. So that's great.
Absolutely. Well, you are a community expert. You are an expert matchmaker. So I'm super excited because it's all about making connections, right? And this guide that you made has just been so profound for my account on Clubhouse. And anybody that I've ever shared it with has just gotten so much value from it. So I'm super excited to dive in with you today on the explanation of it. And I can't wait for you to share.
Amazing. Well, part of creating this Clubhouse Academy, where we actually have our faculty, and Dr. Anise, you are now inaugurated. You're in our faculty. Yay!
Thank you.
you have to be sponsored, and Dr. Dave Toohill sponsored you. And I know that you have been in our rooms and you've appreciated the format. There's always a consistency in our rooms, just like you know what you're getting when you go to a McDonald's. I don't want to make that comparison, but I mean, you know what you're getting, you know what's on the menu, you know what the service is going to be like. And so it's trusted. And so with the Clubhouse Academy, we really worked hard as a small team to band together and say, hey, Clubhouse is so new. We're still in beta. Yet when I started January 4th, there were about 1 million people. And apparently, as of now, are we in February? I don't even know what day it is.
No, I think
We're
Monday.
we're at the
Almost.
end of January. This is what Clubhouse does. You lose track of time. We're at the end of January, and I have been able to learn so much on this platform. But in the beginning, it was really difficult to figure out, what a hallway is, what a moderator is, what a room is, how to plan events. Like there's all this language that is difficult to manage. So the Clubhouse Academy is a place for people to come and learn how to quickly maximize their experience on Clubhouse, and I think very soon monetize the experience on Clubhouse, as well as build community and your connections. So that's what we stand for.
I love it. And you truly are an expert when it comes to this. It can be intimidating on a new app, especially an app where, we're just starting to take off, right? I mean, we're at a ground floor opportunity with this. So the fact that we have your expertise, and I trust the Clubhouse Academy, because any room that I have ever been in with you is moderated to a T. It's almost like you guys are a professional Academy Award host in these rooms. And this is what
Yay!
the world needs now, concise communication, because there's a lot of confusion out there, especially in the health and wellness space.
The consumption on Clubhouse is super high. People are losing sleep. They are addicted. The average person that I've talked to, Dr. Anise, is on this app. I would say 6 hours is like the least amount of time they're running it. They are, consuming this content because people are coming in and they're sharing such valuable advice. And we're learning that this platform can be used for connection, collaboration, creation, chilling out, learning. There's a comedy show. I had a magician go do a magic show with me using their voice. We're doing talk shows. We're replacing podcasts. So for your community as well, what a platform to be able to share all of the who's and the what's and the how's, and especially in an environment right now where you don't know who to trust in terms of information. This is from the horse's mouth. This is from your team, the professionals that are serving their patients, that are on the ground floor, the real heroes of today during the pandemic. And you are able to now impact your audience with your voice and give them appropriate direction and information. So I love that about this platform.
You have a heart of gold, and it shows in your core values here. I see that integrity, communication, you give value, respect, inclusive, fair, unbiased. It's really a testament to your heart, because oftentimes we get in our mind on many social media apps. And this just shows that heart-mind connection. And that's really where it starts.
Well, I appreciate that. And by the way, if you're new to Clubhouse, just like anywhere that you go, there's that yin and yang. There are rooms that you might find yourself in thinking, "Oh my goodness, what's this room? I got to get out of here." And then you actually hear people, I'll say they might attack each other, they might say names. There are people that are on stages that you've got to learn how to manage that, and that's why it's so important to have this protocol and to know that when you see rooms that are moderated by Clubhouse Academy or by Dr. Anise or by myself, you can trust that that room will hold to those standards. And I'm very happy to now go through that flow with you.
Super excited. So let's dive right
Okay.
in. So what does it mean to
Yes.
reset the room?
Resetting the room is literally like you're at the dinner table and you're going to say a prayer, or and you're literally like setting the intention. So it's like the start of an event. A moderator is somebody who opens up a room and decides to host that room. Now, if you are just doing a solo talk, anybody, by the way, on Clubhouse has the power, at least right now, to start a room and start a discussion. So, Dr. Anise, if you've done rooms now, correct?
Correct.
Can you give me what the name title of one of your rooms is?
So one of our rooms is marketing your health business in 2021.
Perfect. So it's crystal clear. The title of the room is Marketing Your Health Business in 2021. I love that the title is clear, and that's my recommendation. The Clubhouse Academy, we actually run training 3 days a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. Eastern. We have our moderator crew, our faculty take shifts, literally sharing with the new people on Clubhouse how to navigate their Clubhouse experience. So when you open that room, we do suggest figure out the title of the room, so when people are in their hallway, you'll find out what hallway is when you actually get on Clubhouse. The hallway is like a directory. Imagine you're going to a virtual summit and you just get to see all the titles. Oh, this room is on relationships. This room is on medical practice. This room is about cannabis. And so you get to choose what rooms you go in, which is why it's so important who you follow. Clearly, if you're in the medical space, you want to follow those people that are in your lane, right? And maybe you want to follow musicians, yoga instructors. Losing it myself right now. So you want to just follow the people that are going to be of interest to you, because that's what you'll see in your hallway. It's very much like any other social media algorithm. You start typing, you want to buy shoes, all of a sudden, all these shoe ads are coming to you. Same experience here on Clubhouse. So, resetting the room means that you're going to set the intention for the room. When you open it, you become the first moderator. Now, a not even a trick, a strategy that many people do when they moderate a room is that they add on other moderators. And that's why it's so important to make sure that whoever you're adding on to your stage, the people that you can trust are going to hold that room, going to maintain the flow of that conversation. They literally have the same power or authority and ability to close your room, to invite people up to the stage, to move people to the audience. So it would be the same, Dr. Anise, as if I gave you the key to my house. Now you could lock me out of my house, and literally in this floor, in this platform, there's people on the stage who are delivering content and engaging with people, and there's people in the audience like Zoom that don't have a voice. They're all muted. The only way that they can be heard is if they raise their hand and you invite them to come up, or you can actually pick people from the audience. And if, like, when I'm in a room and Dr. Anise walks in, I'm like, oh, there's Dr. Anise. I'm going to invite him to speak. Now, I might invite him to speak and he can decline because he's like literally eating his dinner. He just wants to listen. Sometimes people just want to listen and they don't want to come to the stage. So you can decline. So that's why it's important to choose your moderators. We'll move along. Now, when you're resetting the room, you're going to let people know what is the format of this room. Many of our rooms are Q&A, and because we want to serve everyone or as many people that have questions, we want to move the line so that everyone gets as equal of a turn as possible. Now, in reality, it's not always the case. Some questions will take longer. Some people, some moderators, depending on how many you have, may have different perspectives for that same challenge. When you're in a busy room, you may want to say, okay, let's limit the answer to two moderators per question. Otherwise, if you've got six experts on the stage and you've got a question and 100 people line up, you're going to invest a lot of time in that question when you can help this person with two main points. So, this second point that says 30-second intro, 60 seconds, my question is, means everybody wants to be acknowledged when they come on the stage. So, when someone comes on the stage, you'll often hear people say, "Oh my goodness, thank you for allowing me to speak." I always get like, I'm always thinking to myself, oh my goodness, like, of course you can speak. I allowed you on the stage, but this is just great etiquette. And when you get on someone's stage, it's really, appropriate and welcome when you can thank people. Like Dr. Anise, thank you for letting me on the stage. I'm Carmelia Ray, celebrity matchmaker and dating expert. And my question is, so we prompt people to say, take 30 seconds to introduce yourself. Don't pitch. This is not a pitch session, although there are rooms just for pitching where it's appropriate. So when you come on the stage, you don't say, hey guys, I have a new event, sign in my link, and then leave. That is not great etiquette, and you likely will not be welcome on other stages if you build a reputation that you're just advertising your business. So I highly recommend you don't do that. The next thing is we say, my question is. So when it comes to Clubhouse rooms and the Clubhouse Academy, many people will say, my question is, I want to start a room, but I don't know how. Or I want to build a community and find other moderators. I mean, Dr. Anise was super lucky that he found somebody that was part of the Clubhouse Academy. So when he said, I need a moderator, he's like, well, here you go. You have the best moderator crew. So when you ask a question, of course, you want it to be succinct. Sometimes people, they won't always follow the suggestions. Again, and the job of a moderator is to manage that flow and to be gracious and to let them know what the format is. That is why we sometimes reset the room, because as you're speaking, as people are asking questions, other people are going into your room. Today, Dr. Anise, we did a dating game. We started with 200 singles. It went to 500 singles, 800 singles. And at one point, we had 1,500 people listening to this event that we were doing. In those cases, you've got a big audience that are participating in viewing and that are listening to what's going on. And because we had such a big audience, in those cases, we picked 10 people at a time to come up, quickly introduce themselves, and then once they were done, we moved them back to the stage. We as Clubhouse Academy like to keep our stage tight. So we will only have 3 to 4 people on the stage so that the people in the audience can listen and that we can truly deliver value for the people that are on the stage. Don't be surprised when you go to Clubhouse and you see rooms where there's 1,000 people and there are 50 people on the stage. What's the challenge with that is when someone's speaking, you don't know who's speaking. There are multiple moderators, and accidents happen when you have multiple moderators that don't know what they're doing. Your room can actually get closed and you will have no idea who did that. So all the work, all the energy you put into inviting these people, someone can bring people up, move people down, including the person who opens it, which is why it's so important that I advise you limit your moderation panel to only people you trust and you serve your audience. You open rooms for your audience. You don't open rooms typically for you unless you're an entertainer and you're doing comedy and then it's about you. But still, you're trying to entertain your audience. So we're going to move to 2 to 3 minute response by 2 to 3 mods. and you gauge the size of the room. Now, an intimate room to me is going to be anywhere from one person in your room to 50 people in your room, maybe 30. When you hit that 50 point and people are engaged and they want to raise their hand, think about it. 50 people, if they all asked questions in the 30, 60, and 2 minute format, that's already about 2 hours, right? That's a lot of time. So you want to make sure that you set a time limit. We have a specific time limit that says 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. When I run my dating rooms, and tonight I'm doing a flirt training room, I'm going to go for 2 hours and I'm going to let people know this room is going to be open from 10 till 12. That way we can start to lower the line just like a cashier and manage that in advance, knowing we're going to spend on average about 3 to 5 minutes per person on the stage. That way you can figure out the tempo. The next thing, hold a control time integrity and tone of the room. Do not be afraid or intimidated by interrupting when necessary for the sake of the room. Some people need guidance and they need direction. And if you can't solve that problem in that moment and it's taking a lot of time, you can actually take somebody on your panel and open up another room and do a one-on-one to solve that issue. Or you can tell the person on the stage, your challenge, Dr. Anise, is going to take more than the time that we've allotted. So please message me, slide into my DMs, which is the only way currently you can communicate on Clubhouse. Now, Dr. Anise, what does it mean on Clubhouse when someone wants to slide into your DMs?
Well, prior to being married, it meant something different for me. But now, and in the professional world of Clubhouse, it means that someone wants to chat with you on Instagram.
Correct. And now some people don't have Instagram and then they'll use Twitter.
Right.
I will say that to be on this platform, the most effective way to communicate is through Instagram DM. Dr. Anise, have you been getting people that slide into your DMs for business purposes, health reasons, questions?
So much so that I had trouble even organizing it. And then I even had to create a professional personal account to transition people from, because my staff was getting very frustrated at the number of non-patient requests there were. So, especially with our TikTok following and wanting to be coached on that. So that they, and now actually I have a professional account. So I actually build my practice account because it's interested people, which is great for the Instagram algorithm. And then after I chat with them a little bit, I say, hey, because it's getting clogged up. Come follow my personal intimate account. And that's where I really engage one-on-one outside of the staff. So it's such a win-win situation.
The power of the connection on Clubhouse is really not only addictive, it's mind-boggling. And the access that you have to influencers, artists, celebrities, academics, like there's just politicians, business owners, it's really incredible. And that's why it's really important. We believe, at least at Clubhouse Academy, that we attach ourselves to a moderation style and an integrity so that people feel safe when they come into our rooms. And that's the next point, is to hold a safe space, acknowledge the speakers, acknowledge the audience. We have a way to address when we reset. We thank the people in the audience. We thank our moderators. We remind them of the purpose and intention of the room. We explain the format. Please, when you come to the stage, take 30 seconds to introduce yourself. Take 60 seconds to ask your question, starting with my question is, and our moderators will contribute to the conversation or answer your question. The best moderator, or the one who feels that they are best qualified to answer that question, will do so. And there is no talking over. Even if it happens that you talk over, you'll see how gracious and people are to say, oh, no, after you. It is the most polite space I have ever been in, to be honest. And people don't talk over each other. So now there's other etiquette. You have a microphone. So when people tap their microphone, you're thinking, what is that? It's our way to clap. If you like what someone's saying, you tap your microphone really fast. Now, while a speaker, let's say there are 6 experts on your stage, you'll understand what I mean when you're in the platform and someone's asking a question and you believe that you could be the person to answer that question, what you're going to do is now you're going to tap in a slow way to tell the moderator, the main person who opened the room, I want to speak. It's not clap, 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 clap. It's more like you unmute your mic and the moderator will say, it's like a flashlight, right? Oh, I think Carmelia wants to answer this question because she indicated it. It's like raising your hand. We cannot raise our hand from the stage. We can only communicate it through tapping. Isn't that interesting, Dr.
Such a
Anise?
beautiful, it's interesting how human nature adapt to communication when there is not an option, you know, the human body and the human mind is just so incredible. And I'm super excited to see how this app develops.
I
Seriously.
know
I
this
love that.
format.
You know what? When I'm on Zoom calls, like outside of Clubhouse, I like want to tap
Are
on the
you
mic.
tapping?
Anyway, so that's great.
Yeah,
Wow,
it's
that was what a beautiful way to explain that.
you're not the only one. And in fact, because I knew it was you and you have my undivided attention, a lot of people have their Clubhouse in their earbuds on Zoom calls and they're just doing this.
I'm
But
not listening to heavy metal, I
yeah,
promise.
but I'm not doing that. You have my full attention, okay? That's the power of Clubhouse.
Yes.
Finally, communicate in the moderator WhatsApp. Okay, this is so important.
Yes.
Now, while the moderators are together, how are we communicating? We typically are communicating through WhatsApp or through Instagram chat. What's the difference? Instagram chat is for a moderator panel that's less than 15, or I'm just going to use the number 10. If there are 10 people in a chat, you can have a group chat with 10 people on Instagram. When that becomes more than 10, and I'll just say maybe it's 15, I don't know the number, but if you think you're going to have a larger group than 10, move that conversation to WhatsApp
Yeah.
or Vox or whatever you use. We're just using WhatsApp. And then we label that chat Clubhouse Academy. We have a Clubhouse Academy chat. And then we also have a Clubhouse Academy core group. We might even have, as we do events and as we do particular, rooms that maybe we're working with different people, we will just open a chat to say, the room title and then put all the people that are in there. So while someone's going on and Dr. Dave might have Dr. Anise might have a patient, he will just say, hey guys, I need to attend to an urgent patient matter. You have the floor. Now the rest of the people can know we've got your back. Isn't that amazing?
So amazing. It is. Do you
It,
recommend that person that had to leave stay in the room or should they leave quietly? What's the proper etiquette?
So there's a couple of things. If you're going to be gone for an extended period of time, you can leave quietly. However, a lot of people have adapted and they've changed their profile picture to say, be right back, driving, having lunch, reading a book. Like people are getting really creative.
Love it.
And, the thing about the doctors, you could say, seeing a patient. I'll be right back, having lunch, whatever it is you want to communicate, you can do. One of our moderators has an infant, so she says, with my baby, and we're not
Oh,
gonna, and by the way, there is strategy to this because when you're on the stage, people can read your bio. So when you leave the room, they are not in a position to connect with you because you're off the stage.
yep.
But if you still want to indicate, I'm here to support, I'm gone, but you want people to click on your profile, that's a strategy to stay on the stage so people can connect with you. And by the way, because everyone knows their expertise, Dr. Anise, if you are the acupuncturist and then you've got a chiropractor and then you've got a medical doctor, even though you're away, if a person comes up with a question that really is an acupuncture question, by being on the stage, your moderators can say, we have the perfect person. Click on his profile, slide into his DM, send him a message. He'll be back. So this is a great way for your teammates to support you. And as you build community, when people come on our stages and we say, who do you want to connect with?
Mm.
I want to connect with dads and daughters. oh, you got to talk to my husband. He's not here, but here's his Clubhouse
So
handle.
good. That is so good. Thank
So,
you.
it
Thank
is
you for that
really
bonus.
great. Yes, that's great. And, followers, I wouldn't worry about followers for clout per se, but of course, there's a benefit to building authority, and there is a benefit to showing impact. On this platform, people might build followers for ego, but I would imagine everyone in the health space and everyone on our team and everybody that you work with are really trying to build connections to serve and to elevate and to share whatever knowledge that they have. So, in my opinion, those with a lot of followers are giving value somewhere because they're being followed. Okay, and by the way, when you build a following and there's a follow button and then there's a little bell beside the follow button. So oftentimes your moderators will say, if you want to be notified every time said person opens a room or enters a room, click that little bell so that you're notified when they start a room. Some people, when they just by entering a room, and it might have been 100 people, all of a sudden, Dr. Anish, you're like, what just like 1,000 people flooded in the room because the person who entered your room has such a big
Yeah.
following and they want to go there. I'm a micro influencer on this platform, and yet I have people that are also already, oh, I liked what you had to say, and I want to follow you into your room. Wherever she's going, I'm following. And I have fans on Clubhouse that I want to follow and that I do follow because every time they do something, I'm just in awe. So be selective of who you follow for those reasons. Okay.
So
And
good.
then finally, avoid interrupting or talking over speakers. Mods control the energy. I think that goes without saying. But and if you don't have moderators that can speak up, that won't hold the integrity, then just and I'm not saying they're not worthy of being on the stage. Just make sure you have a power person in that position that can do the job if things get out of hand for any reason. So you need to have that, Clubhouse police person,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's me, sometimes it's Nicholas, sometimes it's always Eliza. Eliza is from the
She's a
military.
pro.
She is a pro. And if you cause ruckus on our stage, you're gone in 3 seconds. So it's amazing.
And it's important too.
It is so important. Like, we all kind of have roles, and we didn't just open this room without a discussion. And in fact, every time we think about a new room, because we want the virality, we want the contribution, we want to make sure that we can open rooms where we are qualified to speak on it.
Oh,
And
yes.
there's a vulnerability room, for example, that one of our moderators, Kimmy, holds. And to hold a vulnerability room, we have therapists on standby. We literally have, point people that are there for people who are might maybe having a panic attack or
Mhm.
having an issue or concern because of the nature of that room. So just be mindful of those things. And finally, as with all platforms, there's a certain etiquette. And for the Clubhouse Academy, we like to go above and beyond and to make sure that before someone leaves the stage, we will say, John, is there anything else? Are you happy with the contribution? Are you comfortable with the question? Whatever it is that we say, did you get your question answered? Most times they'll say, oh, over delivered, so happy, sorry for the questions. And we're just like, no problem. Please follow the moderators if you like this. And many people return to our rooms to share a win or to ask more questions. This summarizes really the standard protocol for being a moderator. And there's so much that we can cover. But in a summary, this is the protocol. Align with people that are going to follow through on this protocol that you can trust and that will hold the space and the room at the highest integrity. So I really hope this helps you and your audience. And welcome to Clubhouse. If you need to connect and want support, we have training rooms. You can follow us at Carmelia Ray and Acupuncture Fit. and we welcome you to be in our rooms. And if you need a trusted moderator to open your rooms, we have people to be at your service.
Wow, Carmelia. And speaking to that last box, I can't tell you how thankful I am for you to be able to share this. I firmly believe that clarity is the greatest accelerator. I say it in my practice, health, but also the greatest accelerator of wealth, building a following, and really serving my mission, which is to spread the truth about health and wellness and the good word about conventional, integrative, and natural medicine. And the same for you, because I know and I can tell from your heart and why we're in such alignment, even though you're in one industry and I'm in another. It's all about service and serving those in need. I really, really appreciate that. And you know what? If somebody might be looking for a mate, what's the best way for them to reach out for you? Do they jump on Clubhouse and look at your Instagram?
Yeah, I'm only on Clubhouse now. No kidding. Of course, you can slide into my DMs, but if you go to my Instagram, my website, carmeliaray.com, or my Instagram, there is a confidential application form to be in my private singles network. I don't run an online dating company. I do have an online dating matchmaking app. However, for private one-on-one matchmaking or even just a discussion around dating, just go to my website or click the link in my Instagram or slide into my DMs or see me on Clubhouse.
Wow. Well, it was such an honor to spend this time with you. Again, I sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate your heart. It's a heart of gold. Everybody, go check out Carmelia Ray on Clubhouse.
Thank
Follow
you.
her. You are going to get the best service ever. And thank you so much for watching. My name is Dr. Anise Khalaf with Acupuncture Fit. You can reach us out at Acupuncture Fit across all platforms, all social media, and now Clubhouse. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their day or night, wherever you're watching from. And I look forward to speaking with you soon.
See you soon, guys. Bye.
Bye.